Hello everyone, welcome and welcome back to the channel. My name is Nini and today we're finally doing the sketchbook tour! Yay! So to preface this, I don't like this sketchbook. I've been working on it for like 11 months, maybe a bit less than that. But I don't like the quality of the paper. I don't like the paper. I don't like the sketchbook. Yeah. If you like this content, please consider subscribing, liking the video, and joining the Discord. We would love to have you there. And without further ado, let's get started. So I don't exactly remember whose stickers whose. I know that this one is, I think this one's AROIC. I got this one when I was in Korea. I got almost all of these when I went to Kinokuniya, when I got this sketchbook, which is the Talens Art Creations sketchbook. This is a sticker that I made and I'm going to be selling at some point. Just trying to figure out logistics and stuff. But yeah, this is a sticker that I made of my character Pepper. Yeah, this was from a bakery. I have no idea how to pronounce that, so I'm not going to try. But I used to go there every morning for breakfast when I was in Korea. So most of, a majority of the sketches that I did in the sketchbook, I did when I was in Korea. A lot of this sketchbook, I don't know how to describe it. I had to get used to using a rectangular size sketchbook after using like only square sketchbooks for the last 3 sketchbooks I used. So it was definitely maddening. But yeah, let's get on to the tour. Let's see if I can center this properly. I think this should be fine. Okay, so I did this in a video. This was the decorating my sketchbook video. I used acrylic paint and color pencils. I initially went over it with oil-based markers and water-based markers, but then I just decided to cover it with acrylic paint. So this is a new location in my story. It's a whale fall location. Yeah. So this is sketchbook number 5. I started it in August of last year. Oh, I accidentally put 2024. That should be 2025. I didn't go back in time and finish this. But yeah, this is from August 2024 to June 2025. Yeah, I like how this spread turned out. So these were my goals. I didn't really complete them. I wanted to come up with titles for my main stories, which I didn't do at all. I wanted to come up with 2 new characters, which I did actually. I wanted to develop branding for a certain project that I wanted to do. I didn't do that. I didn't sell any Halloween products, and I did not develop Hunter's Gully, but I did make a new location, which is the Whale Fall location. But yeah, and so I just decided that for the next page, the next spread, I was going to do this doodle of the Emperor's City, which is already an established location in my manga story. I feel like I was supposed to say something else. It'll come to me. I don't know. Yeah, you can see I was trying to get used to using this longer paper. He's way too Mongol. This is Mongol, my main character that I draw usually. But yeah, he's way too tall. So it's like stretched out on this long paper. And I drew Pepper. A lot of the sketches in the sketchbook are drawn with pen. It's what I like to do. I had bought a new pen when I was in Korea. I think, do I have it right now? I'll show it later if I can. But yeah, this was planning for that first spread. I had painted it with gouache, which this sketchbook is very fickle when it comes to water-based media. like, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. It kind of worked on this spread. I use gouache for this one, not watercolor, but it's still meh. But yeah, I just decided to color it with my gouache set, my Himi gouache. Oh, this is just more getting used to this sketchbook. It was actually still summer at the time, but I really, really wanted it to be fall because it was super hot when I was in Korea. But yeah, I did these with oil-based markers, just some pumpkins, and then all of these are sketched with pen. This is watercolor. I don't know if you can see it, but it's like, it does something weird to the paper that I don't really like. And like this Talens Art Creations sketchbook is advertised as a mixed media sketchbook, but it doesn't really seem mixed media quality. I've really been spoiled by the Ohuhu mixed media sketchbooks, so maybe I'm just picky, I guess. I don't really like this. This is like a fall Southern Belle, that's what it says, that I colored with water-based markers. I actually did do this digitally, so I might put it up on screen. But this is my human character Kindle that I draw every now and then. I really should draw my human characters more often. I didn't draw them very much in this sketchbook. This was preparation for my Halloween drawing series that I did. It was a video. Definitely go watch it. But this is for my Pumpkin King character for my story Pumpkin Blood, which that's one of the few stories that actually have a title I came up with. This is a random knight character. I thought this was a pretty cute idea. You probably can't tell, but I'm rolling my eyes. But yeah, I love drawing him. He's awesome. Yeah. I did this with water-based markers and oil-based markers. These are some cat studies, and like always, my sketchbook is falling apart. I do take it everywhere, which is another reason why I'm so mad about watercolor not working in this sketchbook, because I usually have a watercolor travel set that I take with me so I can color stuff, but since it doesn't work on this paper, there's no point in, yeah. So I bought these tan sticky notes when I was in Korea, and I love them so much. They add a nice pop of color, and I can use my white gel pen to add a bit more contrast. But yeah, these are some cat studies that I got off of Pinterest. I like them very much. These are some animation ideas, some notes about like little GIFs. This was a sticker that I got a long time ago. I don't remember who it's by. Some chibi Pumpkin King doodles that I did. Yeah. I did these in a cafe when I was in Korea. I think it was ABC Cafe? I forget what it's called. But I wanted to I started with this, and then I randomly started to draw this woman. It kind of reminds me of like Gret Lusky, if that's how you pronounce her name. I don't know. I'm sorry if I pronounce it wrong. But I suddenly had this idea to draw this woman with my Tombow Fudenosuke brush pen. I love that pen so much. It's my favorite brush pen. Yeah, random tiger. More pumpkin blood stuff. This was an idea for an animatic that I wanted to do. Random doodles, spider lily, an eye, of course. These were stickers that I got from this little trinket shop, like right outside of my school in Korea at UL University. They gave you like 10 different stickers for like $1. So I got a whole bunch of stickers. This is the vampire boyfriend character. Neither of these characters have names at this point, but they're both from my Pumpkin Blood story. Yeah. More Pumpkin Blood. I think this is like notes for background stuff for this story. Chibi Pumpkin King that I did with Prismacolor. more Pumpkin King, Vampire Boyfriend. I think it was actually in this sketchbook that I actually came up with the design for the Vampire Boyfriend. He didn't previously have like a face or anything before, because I drew him from the back, I think, when I first drew him. Yeah. These were ideas for backgrounds for that little crow animation that I did. Yeah, this was a card from the Muscle Cat store in Korea. I think it was in Hongdae that I got it. Yeah, AROIC. That's one of the people, I think. Did she make this? I think so. But yeah, I got a whole bunch of AROIC stickers. All those in Korea. These were ideas for stickers for that crow, from the crow animation. I think they turned out really cute. I'll pop up some of the illustrations that I did for this crow. Yeah, I like how these turned out. They're very cute. These are more Mongol sketches. I did this with acrylic paint. I had like taped off a section to like do a more colored section. It turned out all right. I think I would want to do it digitally to make sure that it's like better. And I think the outfit was based off of a picture from Pinterest, which I'm not really sure that I like Pinterest anymore. It's been overrun by ads. Like there's 5 ads before you see one single post, and then 5 more ads, and then they have a whole bunch of AI. So I'll talk about that in another video that I'm planning now. But yeah. This was also an outfit from Pinterest. But yeah, I like this. This is for alcohol marker. I like the gradient that I did for this. Very cute. This is also a sticker I got in Korea. These were ideas for animation GIFs. Yeah, of myself when I was in Korea. Yeah, I think they turned out pretty cute. This is Hwachang. It's I had gone to the Animate store in Hongdae in Korea, and I bought some Tiangwon-sufu stickers and like prints and stuff, and I got this little thing of Hwachang. Isn't it so cute? I love it so much. Yeah. More of those stickers. This is Ren Spirit Arts OC Moriko. I did it with my pastel Ohuhu markers. That's why it's very pale. But I think it turned out pretty cute. I like it. You should go follow Ren Spirit Art. She taught me how to render art digitally, and how to use colors. She's a pretty cool artist. You should go follow her. More stickers from that store. Yeah. This is a pepper doodle that I did in this grid papers notebook. I just stuck it in there. And then here's some Serenity sketches. My human characters, Zara and Serenity, they're in a relationship. Random capybara sticker. And yeah, like I said before, this is a really, I don't know if I said this before actually, this is a really messy sketchbook, mainly because I didn't like the paper, so not all of the sketches are high quality, but some of them are rendered, like this one, a little bit rendered. So this is an illustration idea that I had for Pepper. Might still work on this. Not sure. I like the colors that I chose. A little nighttime scene. This is a Mongol illustration. Both of these were done with Ohuhu alcohol markers. Yeah, I think I did a YouTube Shorts video on this one, so you guys can kind of see the process. Yeah, I like how these are made. I think this is one of my favorite spreads in the sketchbook. yeah, I sketched it with an orange TUL pen, TUL, TUL pen, and then I did my Tombow Fudenosuke and then alcohol markers. These were notes from a YouTube video about making backgrounds for animations. This is notes for a new character that I wanted to make, which you'll see later on. This is the sketch for an illustration that I did on stream once of Mongol and Karma drinking together. I think it turned out really cute. And this is just Karma being a little bit drunk. Very cute. Let me center this. Okay, more Mongol illustration. I don't really like how it turned out. I was kind of just randomly doodling stuff. Another Tengwon sticker. More notes. Oh, this is a failed sticker that I made. Like, my Cricut machine doesn't exactly work correctly, so yeah, and it's like with this what is it, iridescent, is that the word, sticker paper? Yeah, did I have another one of these? I don't remember if I did. Yeah, I had another one of these. These are how do you say this? Demonified. I had seen pictures on Pinterest and I just turned them into like demons. So this was like a deer. This one was the dream tiger that I saw that was based off of something from Twitter, I think it was. And then this was some really weird looking dog that I saw. So I barely did anything with it and it still looks creepy. Yeah. This was from a bakery that I went to. It was so freaking pretty. My class in Korea had got invited to an exhibition opening party. So we went to this exhibition location and they gave us a 50% off coupon to go to this bakery, and I really liked it. These were notes talking about the intro spread, which, wow, it's been a little bit since the intro spread though. Yeah, these are notes. More what's it called? I think AROIC stickers. More pumpkin blood. I had actually changed the design of this horse so that it has like this transparent outline around it, and I'm thinking of changing the design again to have like more legs actually. But yeah, this is the Pumpkin King riding the skeleton horse. And then I went back, I think when I did the halfway sketchbook tour, it wasn't colored, but I went back and colored this with alcohol markers. Yeah, and then this is planning for that. This was for a font design project for my visual journal class in Korea. This is an idea for a scene in my story that I want to do where Mongol and Karma are dancing together. I think this turned out pretty cute. I based this off of a pose from Pinterest. So this is one of the areas where watercolor was used, and I don't really like it. Did the same thing. It has this weird texture to it once again. So I don't like that. Let me see. Sorry. I'll show you something that I did in my recent sketchbook that's like, you can see that the paper doesn't really do that. So I don't know why it's yeah. But this was a study that I did of Gyeongbokgung Palace in Korea. I went there all the time when I was in Korea. And so many people came up to me while I was doing this. I colored this when I got back to America, but I was doing this the sketch and the line art when I was in Korea. But yeah, I had fun. I want to do more studies like this of locations because, you know, I kind of want to make my story into maybe a comic or an animation one day. So I would like to learn more about environmental location design. And what better way to do that than to do studies? These were sketches for my profile picture for Halloween. Decided to make myself into like a voodoo doll kind of situation. And then this is the thing for my little Hua-chung doll. More pumpkin blood. So I think this was like a few days before October started, and I was like trying to make illustrations before starting that series that I did. This is one of the, actually both of these I did for part of that series that I did either in Clip Studio Paint or Abyss Paint X using like a dry marker brush. I think that these turn out cute. I like this. Very cute. I got a bit lazy towards the end, so yeah. Oh, my throat is dry. I always forget how I always forget how long I talk for these. Okay. More pumpkin blood. These were ideas for the desktop designs that I did. And then I had an idea to do a phone background design too, but it didn't happen. More Vampire Boyfriend. This was coming up with the logo I wanted to do. I ended up using a font that already existed, but maybe I'll update it in the future. Who knows? This was one of the illustrations that I did. More of the cheap stickers that I got. Hunter, the fox character that I have. I hate this angle so much. Drawing a front-facing Hunter is hard. And then this is the new character that I made. I hate that I use this acrylic paint, and I figured out why I hate this acrylic paint. It's not opaque, it's semi-opaque, which is a difference, a big difference. But yeah, I think I'll have to go buy some opaque acrylic paints. But yeah, this is Clyde. He's a black wolf dog kind of character. And yeah, that's my new character. This is a video. It was like getting ready for fall or something. This is Zara and Serenity visiting a pumpkin patch for like Fall Fest or something. And then I drew Kim and Brianna as well. And then another Zara. I think this one turned out cute. This is one of the few instances where the watercolor didn't do that weird texture effect. So I really like how this turned out. And then this one was done with water-based markers, which are fine in this sketchbook. It's just the watercolor. This is another pumpkin blood, more pumpkin blood. I did this with watercolor. I think I used the Gonzai Tombow watercolors for this. I could be wrong, but I like how this turned out. Very cute. And then he's on the Pumpkin King's on the phone with the Skelly Man that I made. What was it? 2 years ago? A year before? I forget. Yeah, and then I had this idea of the vampire boyfriend like sewing up the voodoo doll version of me. And then some ghost cats, because I love cats. This is an ugly spread, but this is lapis. Yeah, there isn't very much to say. More AROIC. This is a sticker that I got, unfortunately, from Sticker Mule. But I just decided I needed to go ahead and use them. So, more lapis that I cut out and stuck over a really bad sketch that I did. Yeah. I like this one though. This one's cute. I like this version of lapis. Very cute. So this was based off of a post from Pinterest from an illustration. I'll see if I can find it. I think I have it saved in one of my pens. But yeah, and then this one, it says Pepper begged him to wear a scarf. Yeah, I love Mongo. So cute. Yeah, I did these with Prismacolor color pencils. And then this was a video for Halloween with Jacqueline, Pepper, and Jasper. These are raccoon twins. And then I just had Jacqueline dress up as a vampire, Pepper dress up as a pumpkin, and then Jasper like a wizard, witch, warlock, I guess. I did these with alcohol markers. These are notes for that pumpkin blood video that I did. More notes. And then this was like a redraw attempt that I did of the Skelly Man and the zombie girl that I did for like 2 years ago, but I gave up on it. I used my AROIC oil-based markers to color this. I think it's cute. I like the way I did the Skelly Man. This was for class, for visual journal. So we had to come up with a concept art book with our own story, with a new story. She said that I couldn't use any of my other stories for this project. So I decided to base it off of this little girl that I made named Blue Star. And she's just like going around the forest collecting different ingredients to make Blue Star jam. So I decided to color these sketches with my oil-based markers. I like how this one turned out. I made an illustration of this, but I want to redo it because it's not exactly complete in my eyes. Yeah. Very cute. Yeah, more Blue Star Jam. This was still me figuring out what I wanted to do. It says random bull go. Yeah. This I did with Prismacolor, this I did with watercolor. This one kind of did the texture thing too, but not in all areas. And it's not even like water usage, because I have like the travel kit with the squeezable brush pen thing. So I don't think I use that much water. And like I tried to control water a bit more and it still had this weird texture. So it's a sketchbook, it's not me. I promise I'm a good artist. I promise. Yeah, more AROIC. This is a pepper spread with some fall stuff. Him holding a pumpkin, random doodle, random sticker thing from the cheap stickers. And then this one I did with alcohol markers. It's not exactly finished, but I got lazy and didn't want to finish it. But it was supposed to be Pepper lying down among ginkgo leaves, because when I was in Korea, there were so many trees that had like ginkgo leaves, and they were all falling so beautifully. And I want to draw this digitally. I think it's a really cute idea. Love it. I love it, love it, love it. But yeah. Oh, let me put this back. More Blue Star Jam stuff. I did this with acrylic paint. Yeah, just more concepting for that and more notes for that. I did a storyboard, which is up on my channel. I'm thinking about going back and polishing it a bit more and maybe posting it again. But we'll see. This was a draw with me video, I think. This is a whole spread dedicated to my character Mongo. I like how it turned out. I like this one. This one's very intense, I think. I like the expression. I've been practicing a lot more with the like intense expressions, like different expressions instead of like just smiling. But yeah, I did this with water-based markers, oil-based markers, Prismacolors, and Tombow Fudenosuke brush pen. I think they all turned out really cute. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. More Blue Star Jam. This was storyboarding. This was, this was notes for an exhibition review that I had to do for my art history class. when I was in Korea. So I went to Connecting Bodies Asian Women Artists exhibition, and I really liked it. Yeah. More Blue Star Jam. This was coming up with the cover art, which it turned out really bad because I did it the day before it was due. So yeah, sorry teacher. This was supposed to be Zara and Serenity making a gingerbread house. Zara and Serenity sitting on a bench. And then this is based off of a pose from Pinterest that I found. And then I had gotten these new markers. Let me see if I can find them actually. Ooh, they're kind of gross. They're kind of gross right now, so don't judge, but the Monami markers, I think that they're really nice, like nice and vibrant. Yeah, I like them. I got them at Artbox in Korea because there was like, they really tempted me while I was there because there's an Artbox like right up the street from the school, and also a Daiso. Actually like 2 Daisos, but yeah, I think it turned out pretty cute. Okay, so this was an illustration that I did. I did record the process for this. It's just taking a while to do the digital version, which I want to include in the video. Yeah, this is Mango and Karma. I don't know what else to say about it. I just decided to sketch it. I didn't do any like thumbnail sketches or anything. I just thought it was a really cool idea. Yeah. Yeah, I did this with water-based markers, oil-based markers, Tombow Fudenosuke, and then Prismacolors. I like it. I like the nighttime vibe that I set. Yeah. For Mongol, I did these with pen, Fudenosuke, and then water-based marker. I like how this one turned out. This one's pretty cool too. And then I did a graphite one. Yeah. More notes. These were the Draw the Center style results. Oh, geez, I can't talk. This was planning for stuff. This was Blue Star Jam animation notes. I wanted to like write the screen actions in my sketchbook. Or Blue Star Jam. I had recently gotten some Sticky brand sample stickers, so I just stuck this one inside. I like this one, very nice. Idea. This was for my final project for my visual journal class. I think it was like we had to make a dozen of something, so I decided to make stickers of like the different foods that I got to try, or like the different desserts that I got to try at different cafes that I went to when I was in Korea. This is a idea that I had for a Poor Unfortunate Souls animatic that I wanted to do for Hunter, which I posted a little bit of it on YouTube, but I didn't finish it. Yeah, I did these with pen and then I colored it with Prismacolor. These were based off of stuff from Pinterest. I think it's called, is it Carnival? No. Maybe? I don't know. But I got these off of Pinterest. I just wanted to do them. They kept showing up for me on Pinterest. So I did these with Prismacolor color pencils. I think they're cute. I like this one and this one. Weird trees. I love drawing weird trees. I like this one. very snake-like. This is Karma. I did these with gouache. Yeah, I did these with gouache, and then I went over them with colored pencil. And then pen sketches. Yeah. I don't like the face on this one. So these were part of that final project. Of the illustrations, I didn't use these colored ones. I painted those recently, hoping that watercolor would once again work in the sketchbook, but no, it did not. I actually illustrated them or further illustrated them in Abyss Paint X. I might put some of them up on screen, but they turned out a lot darker when I printed them than I thought they would. So that was kind of a flop, especially since I was in a bit of a rush trying to get those to my final critique for the final day of class. But yeah, I got this. This was like a corn, I think it was literally called cornbread. It had like corn, cheese, and bread. It tasted really good. From Soul Market. This is from Ocelot, Gumi Pudding, Cafe Namu, Cafe Bene. I think this is like a pistachio kind of drink. And then this was like burnt cheesecake or something like that. I forgot what the actual name was. More illustrative food illustrations. This was from Hearts. Oh, excuse me. From Hearts Cafe, Bruda, Centron Roasting Library, Poted, Newsboy Coffee Co. I didn't do this one because it was just lemonade. There wasn't really much special about it. I really like this one. This was like a Castella cake with espresso and whipped cream and vanilla ice cream. It's very good. Yeah. This was for my Korean painting class that I took. It was an idea for it. Yeah, there was a traffic jam in Atlanta and then the Emperor City. Yeah. More food illustrations. This was from my favorite place when I was in Korea, Crosstown Cafe. Crosstown Coffee. I went there all the time, pretty much every day, to get something, because it's like right outside the front gate. And then this is from Cafe Ing. It's a matcha cream cheese cookie, and they were the best thing ever. I love them so much. Oh my gosh, I want to learn how to make them because I miss it so much. It's my favorite dessert, but they're pretty heavy, so I could barely finish one. I'd usually have to eat it over the course of like 2 or 3 days. And then this is just ice cream. I didn't write the place that this was for. Oh, oops. I covered up this failed Mongol sketch with a sketch of a character that I haven't drawn in a long time named Lei. Yeah, she's like a demon dragon character. I forget. It was a long time ago. Yeah. So this was based off of an illustration from Pinterest of, I wrote it down here, based on sketch from Wine O'Seller on Twitter, I guess. And the original sketch had Link in it, but I redrew Mongo with that same posing and kind of outfit. And then I colored it with gouache. Water. And then I drew Mongo lying down in snow. And then this really weird Mongo sketch. It's not good. Yeah, like I said, this is not a very pretty sketchbook. Random tree, random Mongo illustration idea that I thought I want to do. Randomize, of course. And then I covered up another sketch with this doodle of Karma I did with alcohol markers and pen, of course. And then I was trying to come up with a title for the manga story, but I don't really like any of those. Oh, I love this. These are all notes from the people in my Korean painting class. I miss them so much. They were all like writing well wishes on other people's paintings, final paintings, which is something that people do apparently. They write notes on the paintings. And yeah, it's like all the people in my Korean painting class. And then this is a ticket for Doksugang Palace. Yeah. And then this is a sticker that I made of my cat, or my sister's cat technically, but I really take care of it, yeah. Yeah. And then random cat sticker. This is for the Poor Unfortunate Souls animatic that I wanted to do. Never really finished it. I only did this section, I think, which is, it takes a lot of work. Oh, this is somebody that I met, when did I meet them? Was it the Atlanta Night Market? I forget. But this is like the newer design of their thank you card that I have. I have the older design too, but this one's like more saturated, so I stuck it in my sketchbook. This was trying to make watercolor work once more. This one kind of worked. I think this is with the Gansai Tombow watercolor, I think. Failed sticker. It's like the failed one that I made of this. Yeah. These are new characters for a new story idea that I wanted to do. Of this baker and this knight. This is Rai and this is Solaria, I think. I did this gouache. Yeah. I like how it turned out. So this was New Year's. This was what this was preparing for. So I decided to draw Mongol holding like a star, and then like these fish spawn out of nowhere. Yeah, the video is up on my channel if you want to watch that. But yeah, I guess the watercolor kind of worked for this spread, but I don't know, it's very weird. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. Yeah, I like how this turned out. I should have erased this a bit more though. These were some pen sketches that I did of my Mongol characters. I wanted to draw like what Mongol and Karma's first meeting would be like. And I was inspired to use this color palette. I don't know how to pronounce the name, but I follow them on Instagram. I might pop it up on screen. But they use like a orange, yellow, teal color palette all the time. But yeah, this is inspired by that. Yeah, and I used gouache to color this. I think it turned out very pretty. I might redo this digitally. And then I did lapis and I did gouache. I should have done something more like this though, instead of just blue. Yeah. Oh, I was watching Culinary Class Wars at this time, so I said, let's go triple star. I haven't watched the last episode yet, so I don't know how it ended, but he was one of the final contenders. Yeah. This is the beginning of spring semester for this year. So these were ideas for a new profile picture, which I have now. This is the illustration idea. These were ideas, I think, for my website that I'm updating right now. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what kind of illustrations I want to do. This was a prize for someone for my Draw This in Your Style. These were sketches for printmaking, thumbnail sketches for printmaking. because I took printmaking this year, and I had a lot of fun with that class actually. So these were ideas for the different projects that we had. Yeah. But yeah, I ended up going with this one for my first project. It was a relief print. And then I did this one for my fourth project, which was a copper plate etching print. I did these on stream. This is for a mouse character. I thought it was a really cool idea to use the scarf as like a kind of tail. Yeah, there isn't very much to say about it though. I did this with graphite pencil. I think it turned out pretty cute. I don't like this one though. Front-facing characters are weird. This was also done on stream, in the same stream actually. So I drew Mongol and Karma and then Pepper. And I did this with, you know, water-based markers, oil-based markers, Tombow Fudenosuke brush pen. I just wanted to draw him holding sunflowers, because he's a sunny boy. Yeah. These were notes for art residencies that I might be interested in. I really wanted to go back to Korea at some point, so I was like trying to make notes of different art residencies that they had there. And then these were notes for a Maymester for New York City that I didn't end up doing because yeah, things happen. This was a Mongol sketch that I colored with my Pastel Ohuhu markers. This is a sketch of LePen. I was reading this fan fiction and I really wanted to draw this scene. He was like laying down in Shen Qingqiu's lap, Shen Yuan's lap. Yeah. This was planning for my first project for my directed studies class, my oil painting. I'll put the picture up on screen if I can. It's a pretty large painting. Yeah, you can barely see it because I did not feel like going back over it. It's a really big scene. It was like this was like a study of a Chinese city. I forget where. I could probably find it. I think it's based off of something from Pinterest. But yeah, this is more like what it turned out to be. Oh, this was a scene from Third Child Art's animatic of Nerdy Brutes Must Die, and it was actually her animatic that got me to watch the whole musical, and I really love it so much. I love it. But yeah, I really wanted to draw this for some reason. It's very evocative, I guess. More planning for that first big painting in my directed studies class. I wanted to draw these fish, the transport fish from my Mongol story. And yeah, this is notes for printmaking. More Mongol and Karma, Mongol. This was done with, I think these are Ohuhu markers. These are water-based markers. I think that they turned out pretty cool. I'm gonna draw this. I want to make a traditional illustration of this. I think that would be pretty cool. Kind of like those manga covers. I think it would be pretty cool to do that. More planning for that big painting. More sticker mule. I had gone to this event by Heartstrings Alliance. It was like the Hualien wedding event. And they gave us these cup cozy things. So I decided to stick it in my sketchbook. This is a very ugly spread. You could probably tell I probably gave up on the sketchbook. So this is Hua Chung and Xielian. Yeah. This is an animatic idea that I had for Akagami no Shirayuki Hime, or Snow White with the red hair. And I really wanted to make an animatic. Or not really an animatic. It's more like a storyboard. There's barely any animation in it. But I didn't finish it. And then this is monoprint notes for monoprint. Yeah. These are for my second project with my directed studies class. It was something about light. I forget. Another cat sticker. This is Puppy Cat from Bee and Puppy Cat. This was an idea that I wanted to do with Zara and Serenity for Valentine's Day, but I ended up only drawing Serenity for Valentine's Day because I was lazy. Maybe I'll draw it at some other point. This was very random. I did a video on this. I had binge watched the Batman animated series because I really loved Joker's design in that series. I really love the Riddler's design too. But yeah, this is very random. I just wanted to draw those characters. Yeah. More fish sketches that I did with these pens. I really like these for sketching. Very nice. Let's see. Chibi Mongol and Pepper sketches. This is an illustration idea I wanted to do, kind of like with the Karma and Mongol one, for like a manga cover illustration. And then this is Mongol's name in Chinese, in Mandarin. Because I made Mongol because Mango Studio was taken, so I changed it to Mongol, which is the Chinese version. Yeah. This was planning for that nighttime piece for my directed studies class, which ended up being part of the exhibition gallery that we did for that class. I did this with gouache and watercolor. Not watercolor, gouache and Prismacolor. That's what it is. Yeah. And then the same thing that happened in my last sketchbook happened in this one. So with my AROIC oil-based markers, if it gets too hot, the color and the oil will separate, and so it kind of explodes when you try to open it, or like when you try to press down to make the paint come out. So yeah, it completely exploded while I was trying to color this little pepper illustration, which really sucks because I really like this, but it is what it is. This was notes for copper etching plate. This is a sticker that I made for my sister's birthday. This is notes for the exhibition gallery, and then more copper plate notes. And then these were notes or feedback from my monoprint that I did. This is a hunter spread. I based this pose off of something from Pinterest. I really like how it turned out. I colored it with Ohuhu alcohol markers. This is a fox skull study that I did. This was based off of a illustration that somebody did of Hua-chan. Let's see, it says dog skin. Pinterest. I'll see if I can post it on screen. Yeah, these were illustration ideas that I had for Hunter the fox. This was a video. I just wanted to draw Mongol and Pepper in their cat forms. I think I'll try to do like a lore video at some point. Maybe. I don't know. Because I don't want you guys to be confused. This was something, I think I did a short on this illustration, but I did this with pen and alcohol markers with a limited color palette. This is Tears of the Kingdom fan art. I finally got to the part where we meet Sidon, and I hadn't played what is it called, Breath of the Wild yet. I do have it now. I bought it in Korea, but I haven't played it yet, so I didn't understand the hype around Sidon, but now I understand. I want to make this illustration. I had drawn Link looking up at Sidon, like with stars in his eyes. But yeah, this one's Link with the little, what are those creatures called? I don't know, with the creature's head around it, because that's what I usually wear. I think it looks cute. Yeah, this is alcohol marker, gouache, and then AROIC marker, I think. I think this is like the only time I draw the Emperor in the sketchbook. I was just trying to figure out what his design looked like. I'm still not finalized on it. This was an illustration idea. This is actually part of a project that I'm currently working on. More Mongol. And yeah. This was for my third project in my Directed Studies class. It was for the Cosmic Egg. I don't really know how to explain that concept, but I decided that my egg was going to be a fish egg, so I drew that. And then more copper plate notes for printmaking. Oh, I saw these little bunny figures at Michael's, I think sometime in April, March or April. And so I decided to draw them. I did these with AROIC markers, oil-based markers, and then I did these with alcohol markers. I think they're cute. I was trying to figure out how to animate in Clip Studio Paint, so I wrote down some some notes. A little Zara doodle. These were for my life drawing class for my final projects, just thumbnails for them. And then these were notes that people left me for my printmaking, my final printmaking. Yeah. And then these are notes for my mermaid story. This is an illustration idea that I'm currently working on. And then Nurarion, I have to draw him. I love him so much. He's one of the characters from Nura Rise of the Yokai Clan, which is an anime. You should definitely watch it. It's actually, I think it's a Shonen Jump manga series. I read it a long time ago, but I love this character so much. These are gesture drawings. I want to get back into doing more gestural drawings because I took this life drawing class this semester and I had a lot of fun with it. So I really want to get back into doing that. Yeah. These are all thumbnail ideas of illustrations that I might want to do. I didn't finish it because I wanted to be done with the sketchbook. I don't want to have to sit here and do more. These are website notes that I wanted, or things that I wanted to do for my website. This was trying to come up with a new logo design, but I don't think I finalized anything. Excuse me. This was for a project that I'm currently working on. Trying to design Mongo's past outfit, what he wore in the past. Random fish, transport fish drawing. And then I did record this, but the camera was super shaky, so I just deleted the video. But these are all Zara. I did with like a highlighter, 2 highlighters, and then a pen. I think they're cute. Getting ready for summer. And then this was a whole bunch of YouTube suggestions. Somebody suggested a cat carrying something upstairs. Somebody suggested Mongol, some of the characters eating some food. So I drew Mongol and Pepper eating matcha bingsu, which is like shaved ice. This one's Lilo and Stitch. Somebody suggested that. And then I just drew Mongol randomly. And then somebody suggested that I should draw my characters in like different outfits, so I brought back the space raccoons and drew them with astronaut outfits. And then this is my project that I'm currently working on. This was a YouTube Shorts video. I just decided to draw some of the transport fish using alcohol markers. And then this is the swatch test page where I swatched all of them. But yeah, I can kind of see the watercolor doing the thing, but it's whatever. And yeah, so Kinokuniya was where I got the sketchbook. and then random sticker. And then the back inside cover that I did with acrylic paint like a few days ago. I like it. I like how it turned out. Mango looks so nice. Oh yeah, and then this is a comic that I did as part of a group in my visual journal class, and I think it's really cute because we all had to do our own part in the comic. I think I drew this one and this one, and then somebody drew this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. So it was very cool. I love that class. But yeah, that's the end of the sketchbook. Finally done. I hated working in the sketchbook. Hate it. But now, oh, where'd it go? There it is. But now, I'm working in an Ohuhu sketchbook again. Finally. It's been a whole year. Yeah, it's been a whole year since I worked in this kind of sketchbook. Because the sketchbook before this one was an ELO sketchbook. So, yeah, I'm finally working in a sketchbook that I actually like. So yeah, I did start drawing already in this sketchbook. I promise, I'm a good artist. I can do stuff. But yeah, I had gotten these acrylic paint markers. So I've been using those in this sketchbook. I'm trying to do a lot more studies of stuff. So I did some food studies, some shrimp, some udon, some fish, and some sushi. But yeah. So, I already said my final thoughts about this sketchbook in my last video. I don't like the paper. I don't like that it's rectangular instead of square. And also, I don't really like the color of the paper. I thought that I would, but I don't. It's like an off-white kind of color. But I actually like this actual white color, like bright white. I think it makes the colors stand out a lot more. But yeah, so that's it for this video. I really appreciate all the support. I can't believe it's been 3 years since I've been on YouTube. Can't wait for more sketchbooks to happen. I'm gonna try to make a video about decorating the inside cover of this one. And yeah, I'm gonna update my website so I can put my stickers on there. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, like the video, subscribe to the channel, maybe leave a comment down below saying what's your favorite sketch and what's your favorite sketchbook actually. Do you like using a Talens Art Creation, Ohuhu, Kanzen, whatever sketchbook, what kind of sketchbook do you use? And yeah, I will see you all next time. Goodbye.